Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of IELTS Energy TV. I am your host, Jessica Beck. If this is your first time here, then welcome, and if not, then welcome back. Today, I'm going to recommend some podcasts for you guys about the topic of crime. You know, crime has been said to be an IELTS topic for years and years and years, and it's not as common as it used to be, but it still does come up. You may be asked about views on crime in speaking part 3, or writing task 2 about like how criminals should be treated, such and such, different punishments and laws. So this topic definitely does pop up from time to time. So I'm going to recommend 4 podcasts today for you guys, all about crime. And I'm a fan of all of these. Guys, just remember that it's really important to include native speaker podcasts for native speakers, not students, for native speakers in your study plan, because that's the only way you're going to really improve your listening comprehension, okay? I mean, listen to our podcast. That's great. It helps you with your IELTS test. But guys, if you're preparing for IELTS, stop listening to stuff made for students. Start challenging yourself with stuff made for native speakers. Okay, so the first one I'm going to recommend is called Crime Time. Crime Time is an Australian podcast. It has 2 female hosts, and they discuss their favorite books and movies about crime and horror. They're best friends, and they are hilarious. They're very intelligent, very well read, and it's a great way to learn about the culture and different media associated with crime, but also their accents. They're Australian. Like, it's great. It's awesome. Okay, so Crime Time. The next one is Serial. Now, this was a groundbreaking podcast, I think 2 years ago, published by NPR. And it was all about a man who may have been falsely convicted of his girlfriend's murder. His name was Adnan Syed, I think. But this podcast, each week you learn more and more about the story because the host is doing her own investigation into the story. This podcast just blew up, guys. This was the most popular thing among Americans for months. Definitely check out the first season, okay? At the very least, listen to the first season. Next, Heaven's Gate. This is a newer podcast. I am currently super into it, and I can't wait for the next episode. This actually is an interesting look at crime. It's another perspective. It's about a cult that I think in like the 70s and 80s. And then all of the members of this cult ended up perpetrating some sort of crime. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it's amazing, guys. You have to watch this. You have to listen to this podcast. Okay, the last one is Stranglers. Now, Stranglers was last year, and it's an investigation about the Boston Strangler who was never caught. It's similar to Serial because it's about a true crime, and you investigate this crime along with the host, learning more and more about the case every week. So anyway, these 4 podcasts are amazing, not just to learn about this IELTS topic that may come up on your next exam, but also they're just thoroughly entertaining and very high quality as far as podcasts go. So I definitely encourage you to choose at least one of these. Listen to a few episodes, get used to it, and I hope you get into it, and I hope you become a fan. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching today. I will see you next week.